Good morning. This is where are we today? We are in the Fave Business Society and Fave Lifestyles. I am Karen Rae. This is Asking the Expert. We have a community highlight today with Carrie Byrum. Carrie, welcome to Fave. I am so thrilled that you are here joining us today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we were just chatting. When you meet people out in the community, we were just kind of going through the notes and everything, and we realized, oh, there's a person that we both know, and then we remembered that we actually met a long time ago.
Yep.
I love how things come full circle, and we get to meet again. And Carrie, you have a lovely community group that you lead. You have a business, Avon by Carrie, that you have been doing for 19 years or something.
Yep.
And you're a teacher. So you wear many hats. So welcome, and just come and just tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I am Carrie Byrum, pretty much born and raised here in Arlington, Washington, where I live with my husband now. We just officially became empty nesters, took my last one to college in Oklahoma. So I've got 4 children, all grown, 2 grandbabies on the way. And then just took our youngest to Oklahoma for college for a year to Bible college there. So
excellent.
Yeah, new thing. And yes, I've been doing Avon. Will be 19 years in October, and teach at a private school. I've been doing that for about 4 years. It's a homeschool co-op is what it's called. And so my kids went through that, and now I'm teaching there for the last 4 years.
Fantastic. So today, first of all, how is it being a grandmother?
Well, people always ask me that. I miss my kids. I love my kids. I'm a mom at heart, which is why I did the Avon for so many years, because I wanted to be home with my children. And my 2 grandbabies that are here live in Connecticut. So I don't get to have that. So the 2 that are being born are close, Marysville and Everett. So I guess I'll be able to experience a little bit more, but I do love my grandbabies. Had them here a week before we took off, and it's just, if it wasn't for the technology, it's just so thankful because they weren't afraid of me. They knew who I was. They were excited to see me. It wasn't a scary moment. So I do love that we have the Facebook and all of that stuff so that I can play we play hide and seek on Facebook together. He takes me all around. Half the time I'm looking at the ceiling, but yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. I mean, becoming empty nesters at this stage of life, women are going through a lot of transitions. And we're going to be talking a little bit about making money and spending time and finding that sweet spot. How does that all come together for women? And somebody's on with us. Hello. Say hello. Let us know your name, because in our comments here on StreamYard, I can't see who it is, but she said sweetness. So yeah. So we are all in these spaces that we can all relate to each other, becoming an empty nester. And what I find interesting is a lot of women who are becoming empty nesters are starting businesses. It's like, okay, here's a new space. We've got some more room to create and innovate and have an impact or significance in others besides just our children. And it's like, okay, here we are. We have some time.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that. I love helping women wherever they're at in their stage of life, just to know that you're a mom for so many years, and all of a sudden you're like, what do I do?
Yes. Yeah. So how do you come about that? How, do you brainstorm? Because you have a passion to help people find things, because you lead a community group. And so it's not just, your own clients, you building your own business, but you seem to have a real passion for helping other people find what kind of drives them and to find their space. Is that correct?
Yeah, my Facebook group is called Women Inspiring Beauty, which doesn't necessarily mean the beauty. It's beauty within and without, because I believe it starts on the inside. Doesn't matter what you look on the outside. I always use the term little as much, and that's also a little as much when God is in it. It's a song we sing. We used to sing with our kiddos at church. But I really have a passion for women I love being a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And I'm just hearing more and more about, moms that are working outside of the home are really struggling and want to be home more. So I just have a passion of helping them, whether it's working from home, through a business, or working at home and starting their own business, however that is. I just have a passion for helping them. I just remember the time that my sister had her first baby, went to work, dropped her 3-month-old off with me, left in tears.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why are you crying? I mean, she trusted me. It wasn't, she didn't trust me, but she thought she wanted to work for the rest of her life. And she went to work in tears because she didn't want to be away from her baby. And so that's where my passion came from. I'm like, I don't want to see women do that. If you want to be home, I want to be able to help you with being home with your children. If you want to go to work, great. A lot of women want to, but there's a lot who want to be home or have to be home now with all the new stuff going on. They need to be home. And so I just have that passion. And when I saw that with my sister in tears leaving my house. So
yeah. And these last couple years have really put an added strain on a lot of moms. And what was that going to look like? So a lot of moms have come home.
Yep. Exactly.
And experience what that is like to be home with your kiddos. And, but how can you still have some kind of income? How can you, make it all work and everything? Yeah. So what is the first step that you encourage women to kind of do when they're thinking of, even maybe they are working or whatever, and they're trying to see, well, could this work? Could this be different?
Well, I mean, it's going to look different for everybody. Initially, actually, so for me, it started out with a friend talking me into doing it. It wasn't anything I thought I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to be home and wanted to have some income. So really, it's a matter of finding first of all, what you like to do. So, I actually love cooking, and I thought I was going to go into cooking, like doing something with, the MLM in the cooking, like Pampered Chef or any of those. But I'm like, I love it. I don't want to do something that I'm not going to like anymore. So I just, when my business came into me, it was just like, I just love helping people. So you really need to find out what you want to do. So for me, it was helping people. Maybe you like to do computer stuff. So you just want to be on the computer and you don't want to talk to people. You need to really find out what that passion is, what your desires is, what your dreams are, how much you want to work. If you want to work full-time or part-time. What that's going to look like. If you have littles, how much time you can be on the computer. You might not, all of those things come into a factor of what is going to work for you. So I really help them figure out what their passion is, what they like, what they're going to do, and what's going to help them to go to that next level. How much money they need to make. Do I need to make money, or is it just, I want to do it just for fun, just for the social? There's that part of it. They might just need the social, need to get out, and they need it for the social. So it really is reaching into that person, finding out what the needs are for them.
Yeah. So I like that to brainstorm and really kind of dig deep into those things, especially about the money piece, because becoming an entrepreneur is not a short game.
No.
And so all ladies out there, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are starting something new, know that it could take a couple of years for it to get to that financial goal that you want, because there is so much to being an entrepreneur. But the beauty of it is you have these communities like your community or Fave Lifestyles that women can pop into and get resources and connect with people.
Yes.
So you can shorten that learning space down by just going, hey, how did you start?
Yeah.
People love to help people. Yeah.
And I'm always referring, like when people ask me, I'm like referring like either to you or to other people that I know, this person will be good at this. I love networking. People call me the networking queen. So I love to get out there. And so if I can help them and connect them with somebody else, I may not have what they need. I might not be the right fit for them. So I will be that resource to connect them with either with you or our friend Karen that we were talking about.
Yes.
So whatever their need is, I like to reach out to them, because I know that I'm not everything. I'm not the person for everybody. It's,
right.
All need somebody, and we all need multiple streams of people to connect with, because everybody has something to give. So finding those right communities, and it'll be several. Don't think you're just going to find one. You're going to find several communities that you're going to connect and reach with. So.
Yes. Excuse me. I have allergies today. Sorry, girls. All of a sudden, I'm like, my throat closed up. I'm like, oh my gosh. So reach out to those communities, because we all know a lot of other communities and everyone has its own personality. And within those communities, you're going to find different types of businesses or people that maybe this one is a great fit and another one isn't, but use that as an educational piece, as a resource.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I actually did that when I first started too, is I found these different networking groups, and I found the people who could lift me up. Yes. And actually give me guidance. With some of it was around how do you even write out a business plan?
Yeah.
What does that even look like? I've never run a business, so there's all these different pieces. So I just love that. So how to start a business. What would be the first thing that you would suggest for somebody to do?
Well, if I was going to go back, because I'm kind of, even though I've been 19 years, I was focused on the products. I think we were talking about that earlier. I was just focused on selling the product, meeting people. And really, I say, get yourself a mentor and a coach. One or the other. I think those are huge. And I wish I had those day one, rather than waiting till now. In the last, I probably the last 2 to 3 years is where I've really focused on that part of it. Yeah. So I feel like I'm backpedaling a little bit, even though I've learned a lot on my own on the way. Yeah. I think if I had a mentor side by side with me the whole way, or a coach side by side with me the whole way, I could be even further where I'm at now. So I would say that would be step one, is reach out, find that right person that is a good fit for you as a coach or mentor, and both. I mean, I think you need to have a mentor and a coach.
Excellent. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, one time I remember somebody, a life coach or a business coach, I think she said that every woman needs 3 things. And I think it was a mentor, a life coach, and a stylist.
There you go. Yes.
So we'll feel beautiful when we're out there.
Yeah, that is true. Absolutely. That is true. Yeah. That would be my first thing. And then, plus they're going to help you narrow down what a good fit for you is, because maybe you don't really know what you want to do. I want to do something, but I don't know what I want to do. That mentor and coach is going to help you and lead you, bring out things out of you that you didn't know about, and really encourage you on where it is you want to be. And that's what's helped me in the last few years of my business. So I 100%. So.
Right. And, I think one thing too, is that sometimes we think, we've got this, we want to bring value to other people, but we don't know how to explain that value. It's like, I have this program, here it is. But you need almost a reality check of how is that really going to monetize? Right. And how are you going to communicate that value to them? Is that really something that is needed? So there's just a lot of different things to explore. And I love how you said, yes, get that mentor, get that coach, because they can keep your feet on the ground and have realistic expectations.
Yeah. And make you accountable for those, because that's the big thing. Sometimes, when you're working from home, you think, oh yeah, no problem. And I'm a planner and I'm a scheduler, but I have 2 really other business people in business that are my accountability. We meet a couple times a month, both of us, and just keep each other on our toes. So even accountability partners are good too.
Yes. And that is one thing we do here at Fave. We meet weekly, because you need to keep that. Like, my vision for this year is #celebrating 1 million women in the beauty we call you. So you got to keep that in front of you. And I just did a talk the other day. It's like, you got to tell somebody. So like, you have some ladies that you tell, and then you write it down and you say it daily. What is that goal? But you have to be really clear on what that goal is. So that's where those mentors and those business coaches come in and help you define that. So Carrie, I just love everything, the tips that you're giving the ladies. Absolutely. So our third point we're talking about today is, like you said, people have called you the networking queen. So how does that work, in connecting people to the right people, and with the importance of that?
So I'm only a member of like one actual networking group, but I am also a member of our local chamber, which I think is a huge, if you're just getting started in a business, I think your chamber is a huge thing to get involved in. That really kind of helped me in my business. So getting yourself out there and getting known, just being the go-to person, whether it's they're buying from you, whatever your business is, it's just being that known person out there that, hey, Carrie told me about this person. Oh, Carrie might know this. I'm going to reach out to her. and just connecting them with that. I try to go as many networking events that I can, that are possible, and just getting to know those people. I keep their cards. I'm sending letters, connecting, and I love to help people in business. I used to have a friend when I first started. She was did screen printing for like shirts and that kind of stuff. And she used to laugh. She'd go, I just need to take you everywhere with me. I don't need to give my own commercial. You give it for me. Because anytime I would introduce her, I would just like praise her and just give her, and that, because I don't like the attention. Like doing this kind of stuff is really, even though I can talk, people say you're not shy. I like promoting others. I could talk about you, Karen, to anybody, but don't ask me to talk about myself to anybody. I will just promote.
Yeah.
I know that my friend Sheila probably is one of the ones that's on here.
She is.
Yes. I praise her all the time to everybody. We're kind of accountability partners. And I love that you can do that, because I think when people see that you're genuine, you're not just always focusing on yourself, that's someone that they can trust to come to. And that's why I like to share, is I want to be, integrity is huge for me. That is one of my words, is integrity. And I want to be known for someone who can be true, honest, and open. And they don't come to me and say, oh, she's just promoting that because it's her business. I want to be able to be a resource for others. So
yeah, isn't that great? Yeah, so we're just going to pause here for a second. Yes, you have some fans here. You've got Sheila, Merritt Kavanaugh, and Tracy Oberg, who are saying some lovely things and giving you some love. Just Carrie helps me stay focused and accountable. And Sheila says, love this, Carrie. Byrum is extremely helpful in many ways. And we have another woman who said they were able to hang out with their grandbabies the last couple of days. So yes, ladies, we have a lot of life. This is one thing that's, as you're building any type of, most entrepreneurs that are in our community anyway, a lot of these ladies have a lot of life happening. Besides just their businesses, their families are incredibly important to them, their friends, and all these different things that pop up, and yet they're still building a business. And what does that look like? So I'm going to pop over here. So
I'm wiping tears away. I those two girls are two of my ones that I.
Oh. Yes, they're giving you lots of love. They are, and thank you.
They are my biggest supporters, and I totally appreciate them. And can't start.
Isn't that great? These girlfriends like this, it really makes it all worth it. And the way that you're touching hearts, Carrie, is obviously very important to these women too, to have you in their lives. So yeah, so we love you, Carrie, is what Sheila is saying. So yes, so Carrie, you are a woman of faith. You are a Christian woman, and so how does that play into your business and into your interactions with others, and any guiding words there?
Well, I'm going to point out behind me this picture that you see. This is painted by a gal in our church, and that is actually my hands and my husband's hands with coffee. Those are my 4 children in the back in the picture there. And she painted this, actually, I'm in my daughter's room, the one that's off at college right now. This is in her room. And she takes our verses, our favorite verses, and she paints them. So this was my daughter's verse, and it's about being faithful, praying for your kids, and staying faithful. So that's what this picture is depicting, is my husband and I over coffee praying for our 4 children. So anyways, that's my daughter's verse. But we talked earlier about the verse that I talked about when we first give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down and shaken together, running over. I just feel if I give from the heart, and if I give, that it'll come back to me. So when people ask me what I'm in for and how much money do you want to make, I honestly have a hard time putting a dollar figure, because to me, it's about touching people's lives. And if I can breathe into people's lives, help, encouragement, strength, whatever they need. I just met with a friend actually this week, nothing to do with business, absolutely zero to do with business, just talking about life. And to me, that's what it's about. So I have always asked God in my business to use me in a way that will be an encouragement, an uplifting, and a help to others in whatever situation they're in. And I always want to know that It's if they need help, whether it's business help, life help, prayer, whatever it is, that I'm here for them. And that is to me the most important thing. So the business is second, although I love my business and I love my people. But it always amazes me the people that God has brought in my life. In fact, I was talking about Sheila. We actually went to school together.
Oh,
weren't friends really in school, knew each other, but weren't really friends in school. And literally, I don't even know, a little over a year ago, I guess, God brought us together, and we have just become really good friends, as well as business together and stuff. And we just talk, and just, it's amazing. After we've been graduated now, sorry, Sheila, 30 years, lived in the same town, went to the same school, but we're really not, knew each other, but not like friends in school, just knew who each other were. And that God has brought us together is just, to me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, don't you find it interesting who comes walking into your life, and especially at those times? It's like, oh, yes. And I just find it fascinating. So, oh my goodness. So one of the other questions I asked you was name a woman who inspires you. And you listed two women, Denise Rowe and Karen Ware. And I've met Karen. I was telling the story that I accidentally pocket called Karen Ware twice in an hour. And so she called me back, and I had not talked to Karen for quite some time, for like years, several years. And then to have you put her on here, I just thought, oh my gosh, that's so great. So so tell me a little bit about how they inspire you.
Well, Karen had a group called Wise Women, and I joined that, and we were actually friends before that. We met each other through networking, because she used to do a wine business. I don't know if you remember that she used to do that. So we met through events, and then she started the Wise, and we just became friends through that. And Karen is the first one. She used to do a yearly Wise Women. It was like people would come in and speak and talk, and it was like a awards thing. Yeah. And I was one of the table sponsors there, and she really pushed me, because she's like, Carrie, you need to promote you, not your product, not your business, but you in your business. And I literally told her, I said, I can't do that. I just told her, I said, I can't, but she walked me through that. She helped me with that. And we just became, and again, she's a Christian as well, so she was an encouragement that way. And she just brought out in me the things that just made me open up in a different light. And that's one thing that she did for me. And then Denise Rowe is actually my very first young married, when my husband and I first got married 30 years ago. Her and her husband were our pastors. Okay. And we have stayed connected, and they live in Gold Bar, but we get together, and she is my, as far as mentoring, she is my mentor that will, if I have any issues or anything, she just breathes scripture into me and helps me. Before my daughter went off to college, we met, and she helped my daughter as well with some stuff that she was questioning. So I've just known her for 30 plus years. Her kids were in our youth group. We were their youth leaders, and so.
Yes. So I'm seeing a common thread through all of this. There's a couple of them, but one of them is surround yourself with amazing people.
Yes, 100%.
You've got your mentor, your guides, your people who help you network, those people who support you, who inspire you. So so that is one thing. Find a community where you can be uplifted, connected. It's not all about the technical business stuff. It's really those people who lift you up. So Carrie, how beautiful is that? So as we close out, what are some last thoughts you would like to leave with the ladies to help uplift them?
I just really, really can't say enough to connect yourself with women in whatever area you're looking for. If you need some business, find business coach. If you need mentoring, find a great mentor that you connect with. If you need an accountability partner, huge to keep you accountable. Yes. Like I said, when you're working from home and you're a mom, as moms, we come last. Everything else comes first. We put everything else out, and we take care of ourselves. And the one thing I always say is, I just did a 5-day challenge, and one of the big things was self-care. And I am not one to take care of myself, but self-care, because I use the example of an airplane. When they tell you in an airplane, when they're doing the whole first, what do they tell you? Put your mask on first before you put someone else's on. we're not taking care of ourselves, we can't help others. And so just surround yourself with a community. Reach out to Karen, myself, any other women that you find that have communities, and just see your best fit. And you might need multiples because you're going to need lots of help and encouragement. So do that, and then just don't give up. Just, if you have a dream, keep going and keep going. And one of the biggest things I also wanted to talk about, I don't know if you know Hal Elrod. He does the Savers. Have you ever heard of him?
And what was the name again?
Hal Elrod.
Okay, yes.
So I started out doing his Savers 3 years ago, and every morning I follow that. I don't love exercise. It's the one thing I haven't gotten. But all the other ones, I wake up every morning and I do my prayer, my devotions, however that silence is going to do. It's silence, affirmations, vision, exercise, reading, and
yes.
The last one is, but I forget what it is. But anyways, that is a huge thing too. So looking into how you're going to start your morning off right.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I was trying to do that for a while and then kind of fell off. So thanks for the reminder.
Maybe I'll post that in my thing again.
Oh my gosh, Carrie, so good to have you here. So if the ladies would like to connect with you, what is the best way to do that?
Well, you can get onto Facebook and find me, Carrie Byrum. My page is Women Inspiring Beauty. You can find me there. Email beautyisttoshare@gmail.com. I have a website. Yeah, whatever. I have lots of ways. So,
yes. Well, I just want to thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the wise words and sharing some of your experiences with us. And I just love your heart for other women and for people in business. And I'm so excited that you have a community group that people can tap into to that love. Obviously, these ladies are just gushing over you. So
I'm blushing.
Oh, it's nice to be loved. So anyway, well, thank you, ladies, for all being here. I'm Karen Rae. This is Fave Lifestyles and the Fave Business Society. And we talk weekly with different women in our community. And so if you would like to have an interview too, just send me a message in my DMs. So anyway, have a great day, ladies.
Thank you. And she's amazing. So get a hold of her.